I'm in my backyard in the suburbs and I'm going to try and fix this SCHOENHUT piano. Let me get a little better shot of the logo. See? SCHOENHUT. Now, I've never owned one of these pianos. I don't know how to fix it really, but these keys are I only know one song. So I'm going to try to fix it. Look, there's a spider on it. I don't know if you could see that. The top comes up, and I think the first thing I want to do, there's a little string in here. See that string? I'm gonna untie this string so I can get the top up. Whoa. This video is gonna have a lot of adjustment of the camera, which probably isn't that professional. But I'm not a professional, I'm an amateur. So here's the string that holds the top of the piano in place. And I'm gonna untie that. Can you even see that? Did I block it with my, yeah, that's great. Now, the top of the piano looks like it's ready to fall off. See over there? We focused in on that. These hinges. So, is that hinge gonna hold that thing up? I doubt it. Let's see what else we have here. Probably need a wide angle lens for this. You know, I'm going to take this hinge out right here just so that this top isn't flopping around. And my screwdriver is a little too big, so I'm going to use my magic screwdriver. See? This is a screwdriver I got at Sears, the Craftsman thing. And it has a lot of different sizes in it. So I'm going to lift this up, take this hinge out, and you know, I could prop up the lid on something, but I just want to get it completely out of the way. And there's a spider poking his head out right there. Hope he doesn't bite me. Don't bite me, Mr. Spider. It's creepy how fast those spiders move. That thing could run up my arm and climb in my ear and eat my brain. Okay, spider? You want to go over and sit in the leaves? Okay, spider's gone. Now, in order to access these keys, I think I have to take out this wood panel right here, which is a few more screws. It's kind of hard to do this with the camera on the tripod and keeping my my hands from whacking on the tripod, but and like I said, I've never... Oh, you know what? I just noticed this panel right here, it says SCHOENHUT on it. It comes right out, so maybe I don't have to unscrew anything. There's the SCHOENHUT panel. So, maybe I do have to unscrew some stuff. It looks like you've got these keys, and so this panel's up here, and I could probably fix this without pulling it apart, but just to gain access I'm going to pull it apart. Plus, it's fun to pull stuff apart as long as you try and keep track of how to get it back together. And besides, I don't think this piano's worth all that much, so if I screw it up, who cares? Alright, so maybe for the next video I should get one of those screwdrivers that runs on a battery, so you wouldn't have to sit here and watch me unscrew these screws. But look, on the bright side, at least my camera does not have a nose, because to be honest, this piano smells a bit like old wood, just kind of musty. You know how old wood gets Like if you're in the antique business at all, you'll know this real distinct, nasty smell that old wood gets, and this kind of has it. So just consider yourselves lucky that this is visual and not whatever the word is for smell. So here's the panel. I guess that's what makes the sounds. Hi-fi. And it stinks. Just smelled it. But it doesn't stink too bad. So what do we have here is a failure to communicate. Now it looks like there's a lot of stuff. Okay. A tag for 2 years, 33 to 36 inches, 30 to 33 pounds. Teddy bear, something. Now, what do we have? We have a few pieces of wood, these wood brackets and stuff, and I don't know where those go in, but I don't think that they're in the right place. But let's see if I can figure out. And here, this piece of wood is probably a prop for the lid. Maybe it screws in here or something. So, see? So you can prop it up. It looks like somebody either tried to fix this or just broke it even worse. Now, we have these hammer things that pop up, and then you can see the keys are slotted and they fit onto these nails, just these finish nails. Can you see that? I can see it, I don't know. So I think all I have to do is slide the keys back into their spots. Right, now this one, let me see if I can get an angle of this. Here, I'll put the hammer down a little bit. And then that just slides back in there. And then that one slides, black keys in the way. Get the hammer up a little bit. And that one slides right in there. Seems to me that it shouldn't be that easy. You know, there's got to be a reason that these came loose in the first place. But as long as I get them aligned properly, and then they're on their little nails in the back. Now this might be a good time to vacuum all the debris out from under the keyboard, but I don't think I'm going to do that because I don't have a vacuum handy, and because I'm probably just going to sell this as a restoration project anyway. So let's see, this one seems like it's kind of, it's stuck up on something. Now, it just strikes me that it should not have been that simple for me to fix this. Let's try this one. This one's a little bit more, as they say, janky. Look at all this dust and junk in here. Probably should clean this out. Yeah, but in order to clean it out, I would have to completely... Alright, so it feels to me like these things are held in place by something. Like maybe there's a nail or something that holds them in place, because these white keys are not loose, whereas this one is. Alright, here it is. Oh, okay. So here's like this little piece of cardboard with some kind of fiber on it, and it slides into this little slot right here. See this slot? And I think the ones that are in there kind of come out of the slot. So probably in order to really fix this, I would have to refigure out this whole slotting mechanism. Well, not a mechanism even, but just put that in there, and then that little piece of paper has to fit in this slot. But it kind of doesn't, and I don't know how to get it in there without ruining it. yeah, I have no idea how they manufactured this. Maybe they had this upside down and the keyboard gets installed in this grooved piece of wood and then they flip it upside down and put it in. So right here, the loose keys, I'll look at the bottom of those and I bet, see, this is the piece of paper that's supposed to be shoved in the little slot and it's not in there. And how do I get it to go in there would be the question. So I think I've gotten the keys back in place, but I don't think that that's going to solve the problem because they're loose and they'll come back out. Because they're held into the pivot board with a they're held into the pivot board with the little piece of paper in there. So I think what I'm going to do is just put this thing back together because I've gotten to the point in the project where there's not much I can do without really digging in and figuring out how to properly restore this thing, and I'm not going to do that. So let's put these screws back in where they belong. And see, the keys that were loose before, they're still loose. They work, but they're still loose, so they will come right back out again. There's no doubt about that. But I'm not going to really take much more time trying to fix this thing. I'm going to screw it back together. That screw goes in there. And make sure that I get the right screws because I took the top off. Plus there's a bunch of damage over here where the lid fits in place, so somebody's gonna have to glue that back together and maybe drill it out, reinforce it somehow. Put this other screw back in. And I don't know exactly where all these other pieces go. This little corner piece, I have no idea. Now this one, obviously, that goes right in the front. That's your little access panel. This thing, there should be a couple of holes somewhere what that fits into it, but I don't know where. Same with this thing. I'm sure if I looked around hard enough, I'd find it. And this thing's the prop rod. So what I'm going to do for now, because I noticed my battery's about to die on the camera, so instead of wasting time screwing this back down, I will play a little song to take us out of the video. I don't know any songs, so I'll just go. Sounds like a horror movie. Come and play with us, Danny, forever and ever and ever. The end.